Ah, here it is.
There you go. Entire
Nice.
bookshelf.
I wouldn't have thought he was into midget porn. Hairy dude midget porn. Sarah, what the hell?
Midget bears.
Yeah.
So, you can live down here with Sarahan and the other plebs, or you can go upstairs and live in the middle class district.
What are the requirements for living upstairs?
Just build a nicer house.
Whoa. Rainbow carpet.
So this is going to be more like the middle class area. You see over here is Classhole's house.
Ah. What does this say? Coney 2016 for a better America. Nice. What's down here? Basement. What the hell is this?
It's cake.
Oh, he's got frozen cake? Is that what that is?
Oh, it's not frozen, it's just in glass.
Oh, it's a especially beautiful cake. It needs to be in a display case.
Yeah. You know, in Japan, it's a major industry to make wax food for
Really?
restaurant display windows and for menus. They'll make this really pristine looking fake food.
Have you beaten Minecraft, like the single player Minecraft?
You mean beating the Ender Dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, there's some people on the server who haven't done that yet, and they're like, hey, when are we going to do that? And I'm like, well, if you knew how boring it was, you wouldn't even ask. The fight's boring. The ending is really bizarre. As a matter of fact, you're familiar with the Yogscast, right?
No.
No? You haven't heard of it? Well, I'm flattered that somebody's heard of me and not the Yogscast. Um, They they had an interview with Notch and they made fun of the ending right to his face, and he got really upset and then like said a bunch of shit about them when he was drunk later.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it caused this tempest in a teapot drama. It was pretty funny actually. But yeah, the ending comes with this long credit roll, and there's this sort of I don't know what you'd call it, an attempt to be really deep and philosophical that utterly face plants.
Uh, okay. You're running through these rainbow sheep, cutting off their wool.
Yeah, I'm like Uma Thurman's character from Kill Bill, but I have shears instead of a katana, and I'm not killing anything, I'm just shearing them expertly without harming.
And what do you do with this wool?
Well, it's just building blocks. Back before you could dye wool, it would be a real pain to gather... Oh wow, see, we've got to open up this chest right here. One time I just went on a gathering spree and I had forgotten how much I'd gathered.
Huh. I saw that Class Holes actually did have a porn collection, but it was labeled porn collection.
I believe Schnozberries also has a porn collection. She doesn't come on very often though. So as you can see, any resource that you could ever want, we have it in the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't have it stockpiled like we do this wool, then we probably have it, you can probably just get more by harvesting and replanting. Here's a bunch of nether wart.
These beacons, that's like a new thing. Huh.
Yeah, it's pretty new. Under normal circumstances, the materials you need to create the little pyramids of materials that power them they would be really exorbitant. But we've been on so many raids and we've pillaged so many communities of people who used creative to build their stuff that now we're just. Oh yeah, I'll show you. What do you take? What do you take a load of the inventory of all the stuff that we've taken? It's ridiculous. You can see there's a new row of boxes because we're just overloaded. I guess overladen with stuff. Here, this is the iron chest.
And this is all plunder,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, most of that is the hull of a ship. We actually found a whole load of iron that, in addition to that, but we don't really need any more, so I don't go through the trouble to walk over there. But we'll never run out of iron, ever. We're just rich. Over here we have diamonds and some other valuables, quartz and gold. Surprised we don't have more gold, but we don't see fit to harvest it as often because we don't have as many uses for it.
What is nether quartz good for?
You fashion into the different quartz blocks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like those white blocks.
Yeah.
Clean.
So this is what I call a Zistonian supply bunker because I learned it from a player named Zisto. And it's really nice because you just stand right here and you got crafting tables underneath you, and then there's just, you don't have to move. You can get whatever materials you want. It can be a bit, you can get kind of that Tokyo sensory overload because there's so much to look at, but after a while, once you learn where things are, it's really nice.
It's funny the way the reality here kind of evolves differently than, like, you when you first build things, you're thinking of it like it's real, so you put a box here and a box over here and then a box way over there, thinking that, oh, okay, it makes, this is how it would make sense in real life, but in the Minecraft world, this is how it would make sense.
Yeah.
And that's totally different than the way it would be in real life.
Well, just like real life, you end up with a bunch of worthless crap lying around. Here's more rows and rows of boxes with surplus crap that I have yet to label, but it's just stuff that's overladen from here. Here's
oh shit, what is this, a castle?
Oh yeah, this is Atheist Guy's castle.
Huh.
It's for
Cool.
It's a fort to keep the lower classes in line in case of a riot. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to extend the canopy of leaves so that this is part of it. Now you can see Sarahon's first house down there, along with a little town that we built up around it.
Just looks like there's roads down there.
Yeah, I built the original road. Although several players have made improvements, smoothing it out. Classholes built a really nice bridge down there. It's a bit obscured by this rail. We have numerous rails going from different key points.
What are those horses?
Yeah.
There?
You want to go breed a horse?
No, I mean like giant statues of horses.
Yeah. That marks the breeding ground for the horses and donkeys.
Oh, okay. Wow. It's just an empty room.
This used to be, you see the sand? He was making one of those mini games where you stand and dig a random thing of dirt, and you'd either get hurt by the sand or you'd get a prize.
Huh.
But a lot of those games, they're like board games in real life. I don't know many people who play board games like as a family, but then I don't know.
Yeah, I used to when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it was a fun thing to do.
Even when I was a kid, I was a bit of a hipster. I could only enjoy family board games, ironically. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, Yahtzee, yeah, let's totally do this. Yeah, okay, I guess we're the friggin' Brady Bunch now. Let's... Good times.
Nah, I was more dorky, I guess, about it. I would totally get into it. Play Monopoly.
You know what sucked is no one in my family was into games. You know what I mean? Like actual games of imagination. So I had this old board game called Hero Quest, and I could not get anybody to sit down and play it. It was very sad, little boy.
I haven't heard of that.
Oh, it's like a very watered down, like I guess it was a board game with RPG elements, and you fight, and you get gold, and one person is the dungeon master. It's like an on rails Dungeons and Dragons, I guess,
Mhm.
made by the people who did the Warhammer universe and all that stuff. Games Workshop.
So yeah, well, I always wanted to try Dungeons and Dragons, but I never did. I played the some of the games,
Yeah,
but I never actually played the board game. Sometimes you go to McDonald's or something, and you'll see like 15 extremely nerdy guys like crowded around a table,
yeah.
inten- intensely staring at these little figurines and cards and shit, and and I don't know. I just
It all
it,
depended on who your dungeon master was. Most games, like the dungeon master, just tries to give the illusion of the passage of time as you travel, and you'll come across D&D players, and they'll be like, "Hey, welcome to the game that's lasted 11 hours, and we still haven't gotten to the dungeon." It's just ridiculous the way they waste time. Uh, I had a I had a group of friends way back in the day, and there was originally a dungeon master that was part of our school's club, but he graduated. He was a senior. He graduated and left. And then he put like handpicked a successor, and we were all so unhappy with that successor that we just ousted him in a coup. And then I took over. And from that point on, it was a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of DMs are just awful. They don't award XP. It's just a control thing for them. It's not about having fun. It's about just
mhm.
it's just like someone with moderator powers in a chat room. They just love the power that they have over other people. Never. It's not about having fun.
Uh-huh.
And people would have negative experience, level 1 characters with negative experience, because if you spoke out of turn or anything, he would deduct experience. It was ridiculous. Nobody gained a level. Nobody ever found any loot. Everybody just died.
Huh.
Yeah, so it was terrible. But then I
Yeah.
took over, and then from that point on, most people had fun because I don't know. We just came up with a bunch of crazy shit and made the combat and exploration more fluid. Like if you said, "Okay, we travel a dungeon," boom, you're there. I don't know why, but so many, like I said, so many DMs, they'll just sit there and be like, "Okay, you're walking along the road,"
You ever
and
see
then yeah,
that one video where that really fat guy just flips out and like turns the table over, screaming and yelling? It's a
no,
it's a viral video. I'm not sure if they're playing Dungeons and Dragons though. God, it's funny. They're having some kind of competition.
all right. Yeah, there were good times to be had, and also a lot of really boring, dull times where. But then you stay up so late, you get tired to the point where you'll laugh at anything.
Yeah.
I think that was the real fun to be had. But yeah,
How
if you have a bad DM, then the whole experience basically sucks.
how well did the video games like Dragon Age and them, Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter Nights, those games? How well do those games translate? Like,
Well, Dragon Age is its own original world. Obviously, like a lot of things, it's D&D and Tolkien inspired. You know, you can't help but draw elements from it.
right, but
Uh,
it's
as
not
as far
technically
as yeah,
D&D.
as far as games based on the actual Dungeons and Dragons IP, I haven't played too many. I did recently pick up Shadow over Mystara and another one. It's like these old Dungeons and Dragons arcade games.
Yeah.
that use emulators, and they support multiplayer. And we could play one of those later on if you're interested.
Yeah, I am.
I'd have to show you where to get it and how to install it and so forth. So let's stop procrastinating. Let's get around to building you a house.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just got to pick a place and we'll start gathering materials.
I never do anything small, so I'd
Yep,
have to go up to the wherever. Wait, where's the classy area?
a little bit higher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, climb this ladder.
This ladder. Rainbow sheep ground floor.
Yeah, people had to put signs up to help them navigate because it was so confusing. I didn't record during the initial stages of building. Originally, this place had no leaves at all. It was just these little plankways that are left over, and it was extremely deadly.
um, what is this building? It's kind
This
of
is
cool.
Minecraft Kid's house, Atheist Guy's son.
Oh, he built. His son built this place.
Yes, looks like
Oh, that's pretty.
it's still under construction.
This looks pretty good though. How old is this kid?
I don't know. Don't ask.
Huh. It's a pretty good job for a kid. Um. Okay, so where would I? Is that? Oh, that's Class Hull's house over
Yeah,
there.
yeah. You can pick any spot as long as it doesn't ruin someone else's space or.
Can it? Does it have to be like? Could I have it like floating in the middle or some shit?
Yeah, I
Or
don't
does,
care. Yeah,
could be anything like that.
yeah.
Uh, so it could be anywhere in on this level.
Or we could even go a level higher if you want it to be nicer. This is the middle class district. We could go to the
I
Hampton.
haven't.
We can go to the Hamptons.
I haven't seen the Hamptons.
There's actually nobody. I don't think anybody's built anything up here. Well, I guess this is maybe upper middle class. Well, this is the smooth stone layer, so this is pretty. This is where you get to the nice areas. But yeah, I just had this idea for an arcology, like an entire civilization all in one place. So yeah, nobody can afford the space. Oh man, we need to put some glass over here before somebody falls. Before some rich person sues us falling down here. So yeah, you can see we got.
um, Actually, I think I would picture Dark Matter's house as having a shaft of light descending upon it.
Yeah, you
I
can build
mean,
around this. Absolutely.
I mean, that would be fitting.
Yeah,
Because
go
I
for
mean,
it.
if someone saw Dark Matter's house and there wasn't a shaft of light, they'd be like, "The hell?"
Something
It'd
is
be
missing.
kind of let down. Yeah.
Also, out here is the airship dock.
The airship. Oh, perfect. I
Yeah,
want to
so
be next to. I was just thinking that. I hope my house would be next to an airship dock.
really, well, you're in luck. So you see, we got different spaces along these different planks. These different whatchamacallits, these different docking areas. So this is a ship that somebody began and never finished. Uh,
So there's no way to actually get a working airship, right? It's just
no, there's a ways to do it. They're not
how.
installed at the moment, but I used to play with an airship. They call it the Zeppelin mod, and you could make your own ship and fly around in it. It was actually a lot of fun.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
I'd just go like I'd fly over and look down for caves, and then I'd stop the ship. And this I had a lot of mods installed, and then I'd rappel down on a rope, go explore the cave, gather up all the treasure, climb back, store all the stuff in the chest, and then fly away again. Although one time I accidentally landed on the roof of a testificate villager's house and tore it off.
That's actually pretty badass. I played that airship mod on. I think it was Oblivion.
Yeah.
You know that. Then that was a lot of fun. You know, just flying around Oblivion.